Hey dolls, welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, welcome to my channel where I do lots of girly and pink videos. And if you are new here, this is going to be the perfect introduction to my channel because I'm going to be doing the most girly pink video I feel like I've ever done. And it's going to be all pink fur DIYs. So I've been super excited to do this video because I have a bunch of ideas for it. And it's just going to be kind of everything that you can do with glue and pink fur to make everything look super girly and luxury looking. In this video, I'm going to be using this super gorgeous pink fur that I got from a seller on eBay, and they were generous enough to give me 2 free yards of it. It is a super gorgeous color of pink, and usually that's the hardest part with buying pink fur fabric online, is usually it comes being a different color. So if you guys wanted to get any of it, I've already tested the color for you and confirmed that it's a pretty color of pink. It's also really inexpensive, and the seller's super nice. So I will put that link down below. And without further ado, let's get right into the DIYs. So the first DIY we're going to be doing is a tissue box cover because I've been needing one of these. And I just got this one from Goodwill for only $2. And I really liked the shape and that it was metal, so it worked perfectly. And then this is that pink fabric that I got from eBay. It's this super light kind of pastel color. So I'm just going to start gluing around the top first. And then I'm going to start gluing down the sides as well. And then since it has these kind of weird curved edges, I left a lot of extra fabric, that way I could just glue it on without any problems. And now once I have glued on all of the different sides and edges, I'm just going to cut off the excess fabric on the corners and really just carefully trim this down until you can't really see the seams very well anymore. But make sure not to trim too far. Next, I'm just going to cut open the hole on the top. And I'm just going to kind of do it like in these triangle shapes, that way I can turn it over and hot glue them down on the inside. And then I'm just going to trim the bottom edges down and glue those onto the inside as well to make the seams all nice and finished. And then that is it to gluing your brand new fur tissue box. Now your tissue box is not a decor nuisance and it can look super duper cute in any room. Next, we're going to be using that same pink fur fabric to cover these booties here. They are just kind of older and I was going to get rid of them, but then I realized maybe I could make them into some cute new pink fur booties. So I just glued along the edge of the sole first and then kind of continued to the heel. And now I'm just kind of cutting along where I glued on the sole and wrapping the rest of that fabric around to the other side of the heel. And then I'm just kind of trimming off the excess just to clean it up a little bit as I go. And then for the other side, I'm just going to kind of do the same thing, except there's a zipper, so I'm going to glue around that. And then I'm just going to have them both meet at the back here so it can have a nice seam straight up. So since the fabric doesn't stretch all the way around the whole shape of the shoe, I just had to cut out this little middle section here and glue a new piece of fabric on to fill that spot. And then once everything is all refined, glued down and trimmed, you have a new pair of pink fur booties. So next we're going to make a pink fur keychain, and I'm just going to hot glue the pink fur fabric onto an already existing keychain. And then how you want to do this and how you want to start is kind of up to you, but you kind of have to just start gluing the fabric on, just making sure that it is straight and not going to have any bubbles or edges that won't be covered. And then put glue one more time and then just fold the whole thing over onto itself. And then I'm just going to cut off the excess, leaving a little bit extra because I'm going to fold it under to create a clean line so you can't see the seam. And then this is the part where I'm just folding it in and over. So I put the hot glue in and then just kind of shove the raw end into the glue part. I'm going to just glue down all the loose ends and anything sticking out, and then you have a cute new pink fur keychain that goes good with all your outfits. So next we are doing pink fur phone cases, and I'm super excited about this one because I've always wanted one, but they're just never in the right color of pink for me. So I am of course just gonna hot glue like I've done with all the other ones, and it's super easy. You just glue on the back of it and then glue down all the edges. And then I'm also kind of pressing down the fur over the top of the glue just to kind of make sure more of the fur shows instead of the seam. And then for the corners, I just kind of like cut a line down the corner and then moved the fur around just so it would fit, and then just glued it all down. And then I'm just gonna cut out the camera hole here, and there is lots of fur in the way here, so I'm also going to add some rhinestones to it to make it super extra and also to help so the camera can see. So I'm also going to just use hot glue for that, and I have these pretty pink rhinestones that I'm just going to put all around the edge here. And then I'm just going to trim off any of the excess kind of fuzzy fur that is kind of in the way of the screen. And then that phone case is complete. The next one that we're going to be doing is using that pink fur fabric that I got from eBay, so it'll be a little bit more toned down than the last one. So then we're just going to start by gluing the phone case onto the fur fabric, and I just kind of start with the corner and then glue around the edges, just make sure everything lays flat. And now I'm just gluing it around the inside of the edges because it's a fairly thin pink fur fabric, so I wanted to make sure that the seams were nice and furry all the way around the edges. And for the corners, I'm just kind of tucking in all the extra fabric. It made it a little too thick though, so I had to cut it down some until the phone would fit in. With this one, I didn't have to add rhinestones around the camera because the fur was a little bit more contained than the last one. So I just cut out all the holes that I needed on the phone case, and then that is all it took to make this super cute, furry, extra phone case. Let me know down in the comments which of the two phone cases was your guys' favorite. So next I have these pair of Valentino shoes, which are clearly fakes from an Instagram company that messaged me to see if I wanted to try a pair, and I said sure, why not, but the color was just not good for me, so I decided to just DIY them. So once I have the right little strips cut out for the shoes, there isn't a whole lot to it other than just gluing the fur on right where you want it onto the shoe. I start on the edge of the shoe with hot glue, of course, and I'm just going to glue that part and then glue along it, including a little tiny bit on the tongue as well, just to keep it attached all the way throughout the shoe. And then once that's all glued down, I'm just going to trim off the edges to line up with the sole on the side. And isn't this pink fur fabric so cute on it? I just love this color and I'm really excited about these. And then I'm just going to do the other shoe, of course, and once I am done with that, I am going to add some little stud embellishments to it. I just kind of make a little clearing in the fur and drop a little bit of hot glue down and then place the stud, and then it adds just that little extra bling to it. The studs are definitely a little bit hidden in there, but I kind of like that it adds a nice texture to it, and from certain angles you can see the little studs shine through. And you could do these with any sneaker at all, really, just adding pink fur like this. It's a super cute style and very loungewear looking, and it's definitely a super easy DIY. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's DIY video. Let me know if you have any other video suggestions for me, or if you want me to do a part 2 of this video. Also, if you haven't already subscribed, I would love if you would consider, and also give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Love you guys, and I will see you next time.